Good morning, everyone. The feast that we celebrate today, rather an important one, is the feast of St. Thomas the Apostle. But of course, Thomas gets a bit of bad press because we always call him Thomas the Doubter, because he wasn't around when Jesus first appeared in the upper room. And he was sort of saying, look, unless I actually can put my hands in his wounds and so forth, I can't believe. And I suspect, while we stand in judgment of Thomas and say, oh, he was a doubter, I think that many of us in that sort of situation might do the same thing. Sort of say, well, yeah, I'm prepared to accept it, but I need a bit more proof. And so it was that Jesus appeared later on again, and Thomas was there, and he said, yeah, come, put your hands into those wounds. But the fact that Thomas was doubting doesn't necessarily mean that his faith wasn't strong. What it means is that he was still asking questions. And for many of us, we also still need to ask questions. It's fascinating to see some of the press, I don't know how much we can believe, that we see coming out of Rome about what Pope Leo is doing in the early days of his papacy, that people are sort of saying, well, what's he standing for? What is he saying? How is he doing things? And maybe comparing him to Pope Francis. But we're asking the questions. What is happening? What do we know? And it's good that we do that in terms of our faith. Because otherwise, if we don't interact with our faith, it becomes dead. It becomes stale. By interacting with our faith, we're interacting with what the church tells us to follow. We then grow stronger ourselves. And I think that's critically important in terms of our growth as Christians. When Thomas responds, when Jesus comes up, he says, my Lord and my God. Do he have the conviction, actually say, my Lord and my God? Is Jesus for us, my Lord and my God? And that's a tough one if we haven't asked the questions. We haven't found the answers. And only in finding the answers are we able to have that conviction. Not simply blindly saying, yes, I believe in God, but I embrace it. Jesus is clearly my Lord and my God. And Jesus gives us the reassurance by saying, happy are those who have not seen and yet believe. If we haven't been through that same experience as Thomas, doesn't mean to say that we can't believe. If we are able to find the answers through people like Thomas, then we are richer for it. Have a wonderful day. Keep safe. God bless. Bye-bye.